Hello and welcome. So this is going to be our final video on applying the universal laws to being able to grow your business and increase your business success. So we're going to briefly touch on two of the laws very quickly, but then we're going to dive mostly into the law of cause and effect. So the two that I want to just touch on, just so that you can start thinking about it and figuring out how you want to apply these to your business, is the law of relativity and the law of polarity. So when you think about the law of relativity, everything is relative. Like this coffee mug is a certain size when we compare it to the size of something else, right? It is obviously smaller than the water bottle. So we're always able to compare one thing to something else. So everything is relative, right? Expression is all relative because it is. It's all relative on your perspective and how you see things. So when I want you to apply this when it comes to your business success is looking at maybe financial goals. So if you tell yourself that making $10,000 a month consistently seems like a really big number, then I want you to put it into a perspective in terms of somebody who makes $1 million a month, because there are those people, right? So if somebody who makes $1 million a month talks about making $10,000 a month, to them, relatively, that's like change. That's like pocket change that they might have in their wallet at any moment, right? And for other people, it might be a lot of money. So this is, again, it's all relative. So I want you to try to change that scale so that when you think in terms of bigger numbers, it doesn't sound so big, so scary, so impossible in order to be able to do. So think about this when we're looking at the law of relativity. Now, when we talk about the law of polarity, it's very similar in a way that everything has two sides to it, right? There's positives and there's negatives. There's good and there's bad to every single thing. So if something is happening that you are perceiving to be a negative in your business, try to keep in mind the law of polarity and see, how can I look at this in another way where it could actually be a positive, that maybe something even better is going to come out of this situation, right? So you can use this at any time. We talked about this a little bit when we discussed how, this too shall pass, right? Things, you're going to go through the rhythms. Things are not always going to seem exactly how they are. And we can use our perspective to kind of change that and to look at things in a new way so that we can keep a positive outlook on it and where it might take us, instead of it becoming completely derailed if something that perceives to be negative is happening, right? So these two are just really good ones to keep in mind when you're looking at your perspective, when you're addressing your business, that we want to make sure that we're always heading in the right direction, right? We're always focused on how we can grow, removing that glass ceiling, allowing ourselves to be able to do and accomplish more. So now coming into the law of cause and effect. Now this one is really a major law that I want you to spend a lot of time thinking about, but from maybe a little bit of a different perspective. See, there's that perspective again, because the obvious would be that yes, every action has a reaction, right? Every single thing that you do is going to cause some sort of effect, no matter what it is. Like you put water on the stove, you turn the stove on, it's going to boil. You took these actions, and now the effect is you have boiling water, right? So this can be applied to every single thing that you do throughout the day. But again, we're looking at our business aspect. And I want you to take this a little bit deeper, because it's not just the physical actions that we take, but it also comes from our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our subconscious programming. Because remember that your body is merely an extension of your subconscious mind. It's almost like the puppet of your subconscious programming. It is going to do what you have programmed yourself to do, consciously or unconsciously, and that is what is going to cause the actions. So when you're looking at the law of cause and effect, I want you to look at it from a much deeper space, to really go into your thoughts. Look at what thoughts you are thinking when it comes to your business. And then that is in turn causing you to take certain actions, which is then leading to the different effects that are happening in your business. Because you are the one who's in the driver's seat. We sometimes can get so overwhelmed by whatever is happening around us. We can say that we are merely a product of our circumstances, that we are victims of this happened, or the economy did this, or the market did this, or whatever happened outside of us. And we can say that the effect of that is why X, Y, or Z happened in our business, and why I didn't get the results that I thought I was going to get because of these outside circumstances. But I want you to take back your control. It doesn't actually matter what is happening outside of you. What matters is what is happening inside of you, because that is where you are going to have your power. That is where you're going to have your actions. That is where you are going to be able to control your external environment. We work from the inside out. We are so often programmed to do the opposite, where we see things around us. We use our senses to tell us what's happening in the world instead of going from the inside, creating our own thoughts, creating our own subconscious programming, our own actions based on what we believe, what we desire, what we actually want our external environment to look like, and then we get to create the outside circumstances. This is a huge shift in the way that we see things and the perspective that we're going to use. So instead of looking around you and letting the outside world dictate what your thoughts are going to be, which then is going to cause certain actions that you take, I want you to look the opposite way. So when we're talking about cause and effect, don't look at what is happening around you. Look at what your thoughts are. What are your beliefs? Now, the key here is we have to be very honest with ourselves, which can be kind of challenging at first. Like, I always told myself I thought I was a very positive person. And generally speaking, I am, and I always have been. But there are so many negative thought patterns and ideas and judgments and all these things that I didn't even realize I was harboring in my mind until I started to do this work for myself. And all of it started to peel back. All of the onion layers started to peel back. And I realized, like, wow, I had no idea. I had so many thoughts that were so negative and limiting in my mind that I have been taking action from. And that is why I wasn't getting the results that I wanted at first. I wasn't seeing any growth. I wasn't seeing any change. I wasn't seeing the change in my relationships as well as, in my business and all the other areas of my life until I started to be actually honest with where my thoughts were, where my beliefs were, because the beliefs were very limited. The image of myself was very limited. And this is where you are then taking your action from, because that action is just a result of what is programmed in your subconscious mind. And we can use our conscious mind to change our subconscious programming, to change what the automatic systems are going to be, and to change what actions we actually want to be taking. So we do have control of this. So instead of allowing anything outside of you to tell you how you are to think, feel, act, or do, then do it for yourself. So any piece of information that comes into you, if somebody says that, the stock market is going down, or we're going to go into a recession, or we're going to this or that, or whatever it is, if somebody says something outside that's very doomsday, you get to decide whether or not you are going to accept that and become emotionally involved in it, because this is going to lead to different actions that you're going to take, right? So make sure that when you are, listening to what someone else is saying, that you are paying very close attention, and that you're then deciding for yourself how you want to let that into your life. How do you want to receive that information? Are you taking it as truth? Do you believe that this is like said and done, that this is exactly what is happening, that, I'm not going to make any of my sales this quarter because the economy is going bad and everything, horrible is happening. And so now, guess what? You took those thoughts that created your actions, which then the effect is that you do not meet the sales that you wanted to for that quarter. So I invite you to really pay attention at the deepest level of this. Make sure that your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs are all in line with that which you actually desire, not that which somebody told you and sensationalized in the media. or that which your, negative relative who thinks everything is awful shared with you. Like, we don't need to always take that into stock when we're deciding for ourselves what we actually want to do. So spend some time thinking about this. I hope this has all really got your wheels turning on how you can change some of these perspectives and how you can apply these laws so that you're getting the effects and the results that you actually desire in your business. So until next time, expect prosperity, and I can't wait to share more great information with you here in this channel.